Hi, my name is Zoe. I am the Tipsy Psychic, and today we're going to talk about 5 mistakes that beginner psychics make. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about professional psychics, but I'm talking about people who do readings in general for other people. There's no right or wrong way to be a psychic, because if you're born with a gift, you have it, or if you develop it, you have it. You have a sixth sense. But if you are doing this for a living, or you kind of are starting to read people, then you kind of need to know this stuff, especially if you're new to this. These are just mistakes that people make that could kind of be eye-opening for you if you're doing this and you're having a hard time. Number 1, they don't smile. I have gone to a lot of psychics. I walked in there. I like to do this because I like to, network, but I also like to see how other psychics are doing their thing. And a lot of them just are so cold. You walk in there and they just make you feel so unwelcome and so frozen inside, and you're not really sure what to do. A big part of it is making people feel comfortable, because you're going to go into their minds, you're going to go into their hearts, and you're going to receive information about them. And the last thing you want is for them to be all closed up and all worried, because what they're doing is really brave, because they're going to see someone about how they feel and about what's going on and about their life. And that is a huge step for somebody, for any human, to be able to face that, to be able to take a step out of their comfort zone. So it's your job to make them feel comfortable, make them feel welcome. Smile. Wow, that was really nice. That's how your reading should feel. It shouldn't feel rigid and cold, because you won't get a good reading out of it either. Number 2, a big mistake that psychics make is that they answer questions that aren't theirs to answer. Psychics receive a lot of different information. When you're trying to read someone and you're kind of figuring out what to say and how to word things to them, because that's very important, you have to kind of filter through what you know, because there might be something that you're not supposed to tell them just yet, or that it's not your job to tell them this. For example, if they're facing a hardship in their relationship, sometimes it's not your job to tell them that it's over. Sometimes it's the job of another person. But you kind of have to be able to be your own good judgment. You have to be able to judge the situation and use your intuition to decide, is this something that I need to say? You have to be able to direct your reading in a way that is productive. There are some questions that you're not meant to say. There are some questions that you're not meant to bring up because it causes fear or pain. And telling people what they want to hear all the time is not good. So just be careful with how you deliver your information, and make sure you're being completely honest and telling them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Okay? Number 3, a huge mistake that psychics often make is that they'll tell the client what to do. Don't do this. The truth is that you're not in charge of this. That's purely your own opinion. You are not allowed to tell someone how to live their life. That is not your job. If someone says, well, should I leave my husband, or will I go to Jamaica? You can't tell a person that they're gonna go to Jamaica or that they have to go to Jamaica. That is not how it works. That's the tricky part, is that a lot of people come in there, they're like, will I go out on a date with him? And the truth is, you can't tell someone what they're gonna do. That's not your job. Your job isn't to be the boss. Your job is to tell them what's going on in their life so that they can make a decision, so that they can be human, they can be productive, and you can help them. You offer guidance in their decisions, but you do not make their decisions for them. Number 4, so many psychics just tell me what I want to hear. When I'm doing a reading, I will not just tell people what they want to hear, what will make them feel good. They come to me because they need guidance, they need help, and it is counterproductive and it is fraudulent to just say whatever they want to hear. The truth is, the world isn't sunshine and rainbows. And if I see something happening and I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna tell you everything's gonna be okay in your relationship because you came here to ask me for the truth. I'm not your best friend. If they're not happy with the truth, that's on them. That's not on you. You did your job. Never just tell people what you think will make them happy. Number 5. So one thing I've noticed is that psychics sometimes get very emotionally attached to their clients. We talk about very touchy subjects, things that most people wouldn't hear or most people wouldn't want to talk about sometimes. Things that are very emotional and very burdening. It's really easy to get carried away and to, really get emotionally involved in people's lives. And I think anybody who works with people and listens to their problems and is human sometimes feels that way, like they feel terrible for that person. It's very important to be able to ground yourself and protect yourself empathically, and you can't get so involved in other people's lives because you are involving yourself anyway just by reading them, and you're helping and you're doing your job by reading them and by being there for them. But you shouldn't be, waking up at midnight to answer their phone calls and because that's putting your health in jeopardy. Sure, it's good to go above and beyond for a client, but you cannot let it take away from your heart, from your life. You cannot pour your soul into something and then just feel empty like that. It's just, there are boundaries that you definitely need to set. And a lot of beginner psychics or readers just don't understand those boundaries. And it's hard. It's a lesson you have to learn. What you'll notice when you really start being a psychic and working is that people put a lot of faith in you. And there's a lot of pressure on you. But you have to remember that it's not about you, it's about them. And that you really need to focus on your health, on your wellness, on your mind, and maintaining your life at the same time. You can't get carried away. Anyway, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I hope you liked it and give me a thumbs up.